Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Had a Keyblade. This is part 10, and in the last part, Izuku and Nejire finished up their training sessions with each other, with Izuku wanting to know why Nejire became that of a hero, as she gave the reason being is that she was always curious about other people's quirks and their appearances, until she began to realize that everybody needs heroes such as her and him. And because of that, their relationship is beginning to bloom slowly but surely. As for the UA Sports Festival, it is on its way. However, due to the tension with Bakugo and Izuku, it seems that it's going to be one of possibly the most violent UA Sports Festivals this year, all due to Bakugo's hatred and anger towards Izuku as his darkness continues to grow and grow. However, Izuku noticed this darkness, but isn't afraid to stand up to Bakugo, and is not afraid to even take down Bakugo if he continues to allow the darkness to consume him. As for Izuku, being the one who got the highest points in the entrance exam, he gives the student pledge. Well, he gives the pledge about how he's going to show what he's capable of, and he wants to see others reach the same heights as him. With that, it's now time for the sports festival to truly begin with the obstacle course race. So with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As soon as they get the go-ahead, everybody from Class 1A to Class 1B to General Studies to Support Course and Business Course soon rush right out of the stadium to begin the obstacle course race, with then everybody heading out. As for the ones giving commentary, being that of President Mike and Aizawa, with Aizawa still having that of the right side of his face still completely bandaged. However, he's at least he's able to talk, as the bandages are not covering the right side of his mouth. With then President Mike saying, Good morning, everybody. I hope you all enjoying the sports festival as we speak. As we give you the commentary as the sports festival continues on, I am your lovely DJ and host, President Mike. Alongside me is my beloved co-host, Aizawa, aka Eraserhead. With then Aizawa couldn't help but comment saying, "How the hell did you convince me to do this again?" Within Yamada basically going through that of a flashback. Within soon, couple weeks, as everybody in Class 1A, Class 1B, and many other students at UA began to train for the sports festival, President Mike began to go to his longtime friend saying, Please, Shota, you gotta help me. With then Aizawa couldn't help but grit his teeth saying, and ask me, why should I do this, Yamada? With then saying, if you do, I'll help you with all your paperwork. Not only that, you can also take up my bonuses that I'm doing for that of the UA Sports Festival. With then soon, as I was saying, you're getting a bonus. Saying, well, yeah, I do the commentary every year. You know that. So, and Nezu gives me that of a pay bonus. With then hearing that, Aizawa couldn't help but twitch his one good eye. With then saying, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. However, you owe me half of your bonus, Hizushi. With then the blonde, spiky-haired, glasses-wearing middle-aged man couldn't help but say, all right, now we're kicking. See you on opening day, Shota. With then soon, as I was saying, I'm definitely going to regret this, but at least I can gain extra on my paychecks. I don't get paid enough for half of the shit I go through. As Aizawa says this, he begins to think about two of his students, one certain brunette and an explosive ashen blonde. With then getting out of the flashback, President Mike saying, can't help but wonder how. With then getting back to the commentary saying, so, Eraser, what do you have to say? Which is the obstacle does everybody have to worry about the most? Within building up the intention, within soon, I was saying the door. Within, after saying that, everybody, all of the students began getting stuck out of the exit for the stadium as they began pushing, cramping, and basically trying to get through each other. Within, President Mike saying, exactly! After all, if you can't get through a certain situation like this, what chance do you got to be a hero? Anything for the mundane can always cause a problem for a hero, especially for pros nowadays. Within, after saying this, soon frost begins to build up across that of the entranceway, within saying, sorry, but I need to get through this. And I don't plan on failing after all. Because within soon passing through everybody, a certain heterochromatic and red and white-haired boy from Class 1A passes through everybody as ice begins to creak up on everybody's feet and legs, keeping them in place, saying, I don't plan on losing. After all, dear old dad is watching. As Shota says this, the number 2 hero of Japan, Endeavor, is looking down at his son with that of a scowl on his face, as his flaming beard basically continues to burn maliciously on his face. However, it is not just, Shoto who gets through, but a few other certain people as well, such as that of Aoyama using his naval laser to jump out of the situation before he got frozen over, Momo creating that of an iron rod to basically pull over everybody else in that of the exit as well. Then you also have that of Bakugo basically exploding his way up to the top, keeping himself from being frozen, and Ojiro using his tail to basically, catapult himself higher up into the air. Within, a few others from Class 1A as well, such as Mina using her acid to burn through the ice, Mineta using his ball quirk to basically throw it onto the ice, jumping from each and every one of them without slipping, and last but not least, a certain Greenette, who's not even breaking a sweat as he's basically gliding in the air right now. As he passes a few others from Class 1A, and even some who are able to get from Class 1B who are also able to get out as well. Soon, he uses a bit of his fire magic as he soon surrounds the flames around his feet so he can burn through the ice. The ice begins to evaporate as it turns into steam and also water. As Izuku looks at the person who started this, saying, Todoroki, the hell are you trying to do? Soon, a few other people also getting out, as then Izuku jumps back up into the air before gliding once more, trying to get the upper hand as much as he can. As the crowd goes wild over the students that are able to get past the entrance. President Mike continues rounding up the crowd saying, you see that, everybody? That's what you would see for future pros in the making. So they got through that, so the obstacle that was never meant to be a thing. However, now to get through the official ones, let's see if they can handle Robo Inferno. Hearing the words from President Mike, Shoto begins to think, what's going on? What does he mean by as Shoto continues running, Mineta, on the other hand, tries to get the upper hand on the, half fire, half ice quirk user by throwing one of his balls to basically keep Shoto in place. However, little did he know, Mineta was just too distracted to see something coming straight at him, as it being one of the robots from the entrance exam, ranging from 1-pointers, 2-pointers, and 3-pointers. However, they're not the real danger, as the real symbol for Robo Inferno finally appears, as 3 0-point robots soon appear, as many participants begin to freak out seeing the massive 0-point robots. As for Shoto, on the other hand, he sees them saying, so these are the 0-pointers. Well then, they seem threatening, but to me, they're nothing but an obstacle. with all of his might on the entirety of his right side, he soon sends a massive wave of ice to take down one of the zero-pointers and was just about to basically slam its massive arm down onto the Class 1A boy, with then soon as the zero-pointer soon stays in place, as it looks like its circuitry is being shut down due to the massive code. Within Shoto seeing checking out his handiwork as he takes that of a deep breath and sigh with basically cold air coming out of his mouth before running back into the fray. With then soon a few students see that one of the robots are basically stopping, which means that they have a perfect opportunity to get by. With then soon, however, Shoto makes a comment saying, "Be careful now. I froze it off balance on purpose while it was attacking me." With then soon as the ice begins to basically break apart, soon some of the parts also break apart as well. Within it begins to fall as many students begin to freak out as they begin to run away. However, Izuku, on the other hand, saw this, within soon conjuring that of a blade of light coming from his Keyblade as he continues using the rising sky, this Keyblade that shows his connection and bond with Nejire, as then using the light blue Keyblade and slices right through it without even breaking a sweat, cutting it in two before soon slicing it more and more, cutting it into pieces so it doesn't cause much trouble for anyone else. As he continues to begin to hover in the air while basically falling down at least a little bit. But then soon, Izuku narrowing his eyes at Shoto saying, "Todoroki, the hell were you thinking? If I didn't stop it, who knows how many people that would hurt?" With then soon, Kirishima saying, "Hey, Midoriya, thanks for the help, man. That's truly manly of you." With Kirishima giving the greenette 2 thumbs up, within Izuku couldn't help but smile at his spiky red-haired classmate. Within soon, the guy from Class 1B, being Tetsu, couldn't help but say, "Well, maybe not everyone from Class 1A is an ass. Now I know for sure that Midoriya guy is a pretty good guy, to be honest." With then, soon Tetsu begins to run off within a few other people from Class 1A, such as Hiroren, Kaibara, Tokage, and also Kirawero begins to think differently, but of Izuku. With then, soon, a certain, orange redhead couldn't help but look at Izuku floating in the air as he soon glides back into the fray, but then saying, "Well, Marama, I don't think you were completely right back then. At least one person from Class 1A actually cares about people than the glory hogs than you think they are." With then getting back into the race, she soon runs further and further, trying to get at least into the top 10 if she can for her class. With then everyone else begins to catch up as well, as President Mike soon gives out commentary once more saying, "Well, it looks like many people are getting past Robo Inferno pretty well, but let's just say there's another obstacle that everybody's got to be wary of. Be prepared for the fall." With then seeing the explanation, with it being that of multiple platforms connected by that of ropes, with then soon a few students from general studies saying, "Seriously? We got to go through past this? Easier said than done. Are they trying to kill us?" With then soon, Aizawa couldn't help but get annoyed at some of the students basically nervous about trying to cover a tightrope, saying, "Just because it seems bottomless doesn't mean that it is. The reason, even if you fall, you'll basically be able to bounce right back up. We put tons of trampolines and springs to make sure that people were able to get back up without even breaking a sweat. Or if they feel like they can't, they're able to give up easily and head back to the stadium." which it seems a select few are starting to do the same with then. However, those from Class 1A are continuing to make it further and further as Ida, who was behind, is now higher in the rankings due to his quirk engine. After all, saying I need to show my skills and my determination to be a hero. I also need to look cool as well for my brother Tensei. As Ida jumps onto the ropes and uses engine quirks to propel himself forward, basically grinding on the ropes. However, doing so, he looks quite, well, dorky and goofy as hell, with as many people in the audience couldn't help but laugh at the second son of the Ida family. With then soon, as for Suyu, basically crawling on the ropes pretty easily due to her frog quirk. With then soon, a certain someone begins to take the spotlight in this event, besides Shoto and Bakugo passing through them, and even Izuku basically gliding through the area without even breaking a sweat. However, a certain female student from the support course takes the spot, saying, "This is perfect, absolutely perfect, the perfect area where I should show off my babies." After this, I know we'll have tons of sponsors, with as it being that of a pink-haired girl with that of dreadlocks, with as she has that of goggles and quite a bit of support gear wrapped around her, as this is Mei Hatsune, prodigy of the first year support course. With then she has that of a cable basically extending from that of from a device on her waist, as the wire is basically sending her forward pretty damn fast, as she's wearing that of unique and pretty bulky boots. However, these boots are basically allowing her to be hovering in the air at least a couple inches off the ground. However, soon she flicks a switch, as then she catapults up into the air, retracting the line as she begins to look like she's flying. Within, a lot of people begin to gawk in surprise seeing her. Within, soon a few pros saying, so she's part of the support course. I know that there were some geniuses, but she must be something else. With then one of the pros saying, "Gotta say, maybe if she's quite capable, possibly I could ask for her for some support gear in the future when she graduates." However, a certain support course teacher of UA couldn't help but groan, hearing all of the praise that that he has to say. Surprisingly, his number one pupil is gaining. Within saying, knowing her, if she'd be able to hear all of this, it would basically go to her head and go crazy even more. With then, as this being Power Loader, within 13 giving some comforting words to her, co-worker, but then saying, there, Power Loader, I know how you basically been feeling about her, saying she's exploded the support studio for for months now. First day she came here, she literally blew it up in that of 2 hours. No, I think I understand on how Aizawa feels about having his own problem children now, because I have my own child to deal with myself. With then soon, All Might hearing his coworker basically complain, saying, I'm surprised about that too. Within thinking, I wonder how young Mirio is doing. The third year's UA Sports Festival doesn't begin until that of 2 days from now. So, I wonder. Within soon, All Might looking at the screen as he keeps an eye on a certain green net, saying, "Young Midoriya, what will you do? What will you show us this time? Will you go berserk, or will you be able to keep control? And as for you, young Bakugo," as then he looks at the ashen, explosive blonde, saying, "Will you act up once again, losing your chance to become a hero? Or will you will you show that you do have the heart and determination of a hero?" With then, back on the obstacle course race, President Mike begins to speak up, saying, looks like more and more people are getting by, and now it's time for the last obstacle for this entire race. Now you gotta worry about the most important thing, and that is the element of surprise, because now you're all walking into a minefield. After hearing that, a few people who are able to catch up, as Shoto is basically taking his time to get through the minefield. However, he soon begins to hear multiple explosions behind him, as it isn't just coming from Bakugo, but also coming from people who basically step on some mines, with a few people in the audience wincing from the pain. However, Aizawa explains that, don't worry, none of the mines are actually, are fully lethal. They will give you at least one heck of a migraine and ringing in your ear, though. So be prepared. Hearing the words from his teachers, Shoto begins to think, well, if that's the case, I should screw caution. But if I do so, I will give people basically a way through the ice easily. Soon, Bakugo was getting closer and closer to Shoto, saying, got you now, you half-and-half freak! Soon getting as he was about to ring back his right hand, but then soon he realized the words that Midnight said, saying, damn it! I can't hit him, and as much as I want to. I don't want to get disqualified. Soon changing his trajectory, he soon aims the explosion down to the ground, setting off at least a few of the explosions below Shoto. Soon he begins to cover his ears and his face. Bakugo sees the opportunity and blasts right past him, saying, I'm not going to lose this. I refuse to lose to anyone, especially Deku. After screaming this, he soon passes Shoto, Shoto finally catching his bearings as the ringing begins to stop and his vision begins to return, saying, damn it. Soon saying, screw caution. As then he begins to use his ice and slides through that of the minefield. As for Ida, he getting a lot further and further. However, as fast as he tries to run, he can't outrun the explosions from the mines. Soon, Izuku basically getting that of more airtime as he continues gliding while basically continue to lower himself more and more. Seeing that both Shoto and Bakugo are fighting for first place. Thinking, I could let them fight and basically move forward, but where's the fun in that? Thinking, I got nothing against Todoroki, but Kacha on the other hand, thinking, why am I so angry? Is it the darkness? No. The darkness within me is supposed to balance out my unnatural amount of light within my heart. So why am I so aggressive and angry towards Kachan? I know we haven't been on the best of terms, and I know he's been more aggressive since coming back to UA, but is it because he may be turning into a Heartless? No. If that's the case, then the Heartless would have already engulfed him by now. They would have already taken his heart, turned him into one, and then his nobody would have appeared in some time. But yet, he's still human. He's still a person. He still has his heart, even though it's basically engulfed in darkness right now. Right now, figuring this out isn't going to help me. What's important is me basically winning this race. Lowering himself, diving down deeper and deeper. But then soon, Izuku realized, I don't want to cause any trouble, but I do want to win. So instead, as he basically drops down even further and further faster, as he raises the bright sky with all of his might, he brings it down. However, the Keyblade is being engulfed by darkness. Within that dark, as he slams the sword down to the ground, as the explosions that would have engulfed him basically, deflect off of him, like something in front of him was keeping him safe, as within the darkness coming from the sword begins to guide the multiple explosions that trigger the minds towards that of Bakugo and Shoto within, and basically cutting them in half, basically separating from them as they were both arguing for first place. Soon, Izuku blitzes right past them without even breaking a sweat, as then he almost turns into that of a blur thanks to slow motion. However, to make sure that both Bakugo and Shoto eats Izuku's dust, he begins to use Arrow as the wind magic below from the tip of his Keyblade, as going forward and extending it backwards. He soon goes even further and faster than before. Within soon, the crowd seeing this begins to cheer, especially a certain lavender-haired third-year student of the hero of class 3A, with her screaming out, "Go Izuku! Go, go, go! You're almost there!" With then soon a certain spiky-haired, black-haired guy with that of a nervous and shy look on his face, saying, "You're really cheering him on that far, Neji Hado." With then soon another third-year student, as he seems like he has quite the muscular physique. However, he has a bit of a cartoonish face and somewhat semi-spiky blonde hair, saying within him, laughing, saying, "Haha, true. Isn't this the guy that you had somewhat of an interest in since the beginning of the year?" With then soon Nejire looking at her two closest friends, the two members of the Big Three alongside of her, being Tamaki Amajigi and Mirio Togata. Within, she began nodding, saying, "Yeah, he's Izuku Midoriya. Not only he's the one that did the student pledge for these guys, but he's also somebody quite amazing, to be honest. He's like me, but he also seems similar to you as well, Tamaki, as well." With then soon Tamaki saying, "Oh, really? I don't think I can handle another version of me." With then soon Mira saying, "But she also said that he's also like her. In what way, what way, Hado?" With then she's saying, "Oh, right. It's that he's always curious about people's quirks and abilities, and as well, he always mutters quite a bit, just like me. That's why I took in quite a bit of an interest in him. He's also pretty smart too." With then the two third-year boys can help but look at each other, as Tamaki has that of a shaky smile, while Mirio has basically his permanent smile on his face, saying, "Well, it looks like you have quite the interest in this year's Kohai, I gotta say, Nejire." With then soon saying, "Ah, thanks, Tamaki. Thanks, Togata." With then she's still saying, "Go Izuku! Keep going!" With going back to cheering for the green net. With then Izuku getting further and further to the finish line. Within soon, President Mike saying, "And the winner is..." Within entering the Coliseum as it being Izuku with his Keyblade. As then President Mike screams out, "Izuku Midoriya!" As the crowd goes wild, cheering for the winner of the first event of the sports festival. Within Izuku began hearing the crowd cheering for him, as he couldn't help but bask in the glory of the crowd cheering for somebody like him, somebody who was so weak, pathetic. But thanks to his master and his words from Nejire as well, that he was able to come this far. As for the Master of Masters, still on that of the top of the stadium, clapping for his new apprentice, with then saying, "Excellent. Quite an excellent indeed, Izuku. Well done." Truly well done. You've done well to basically able to master your Keyblade. Well, especially being able to use different ways to use your Keyblade. But possibly, he's still not ready yet. I can tell he's starting to use techniques and abilities from other Keyblade wielders. Their memories, their experiences. They're already starting to fade into his heart. Just a little bit more time, and he'll be fully finished. My perfect key. But until then, keep up the good work, Izuku! Your master is rooting for you all the way! As a few pros begin to get curious on who the voice is coming from, as they begin wondering on who they are, as they can't see them or even feel them, but they can hear them. Within, even Endeavor getting somewhat annoyed at the yelling, wanting to tell the person to shut it, but he would be a hypocrite if he does, as everybody else is cheering for everyone else as well. But he's mainly annoyed that his son, Shoto, only got third place. Due to Bakugo's frustration and hatred and anger for Izuku, he tries his best to catch up, but his best wasn't enough, as he only got second place. Within him soon hearing the crowd cheering for him, however, his tunnel vision and anger towards Izuku is what's basically drowning out the cheers for him, as he begins to grit his teeth in that of anger, almost to the point that he could damage his teeth, saying, "Deku, Deku, Deku, I'm going to. Just you wait. I'm gonna kill you." With the darkness radiating off of him even more. As for Shoto, he couldn't help but get annoyed at the fact that he got third place. However, something is quite distracting. Besides him looking at Izuku, he continues to look at his Keyblade. However, when he looks at Bakugo, he couldn't help but widen his eyes for at least a split second, due to a certain thing. That being, he's able to see the darkness coming off of Bakugo. But saying, what is that? It can't be smoke coming off of Bakugo. They would normally come off from his hands or his arms. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even look like smoke. It just looks something unnatural. Within, a few more students began to appear, such as Ida, Tokoyami, Momo, Mineta, Ochako, and many other people from Class 1A and Class 1B as well. As now, the roster for the second event of the first year sports festival continues. Within Midnight saying, "All right, my little cuties, it looks like you were able to get past the first event. And we have quite a bit of people who are able to make it this far. But today, actually, it's now time for the next event, which will also be randomized." Within, she begins spinning the roulette wheel once more. Within, it soon lands on Cavalry Battle, saying, and you see here, folks, the next event is a Cavalry Battle, which is a team battle. With the crowd going wild for the event, but then a few people wondering on what the Cavalry Battle is, such as that of Kirishima and also that of Kaminari too. Within, Midnight begins to explain the Cavalry Battle while using that of presentation, with that the figures of All Might, 13, and also Present Mike as well, as it'd be a team of 3 to 4 or a team of 2 actually, if need be, with there being that of a rider on top, a horse in the front, and a horse in the back, or 2 horses in the back, I should say. With not only that, depending on their placement and when they arrived here in that's from the first event, it will also be added to the rider's points as well. Within hearing this, many people would need to work with the strongest people, and also need to keep an eye on those who had interesting and unique quirks during the obstacle course race. However, then soon, Midnight saying, however, this event will also have one little stipulation. That being, the person who got first place will not just have that of high amount of points, but however, they will also have 10 million points. Within hearing that, Izuku's basically blood went cold for a split second. Within soon, he feels like multiple eyes are on him, multiple eyes of hunger as they look at him like he is prey. With then soon a few of the pros saying, damn, looks like this year is going to be quite something else. Saying ditto on that. I thought for sure that it would be a lot more easier, but I guess not for that Midoriya kid. With then soon Todoroki saying, oh man, I would definitely hate to be in that kid's shoes. It would be too damn scary, and I wouldn't be able to handle it. With then soon Mario clapping his childhood friend on the shoulder saying, oh, come on, Tamaki. It would be all right. After all, even if you were in first place, I would have your back as always, buddy. With then soon not hearing anything from Nejire, as then she begins to get she had a look on her face, a look that the two boys have never seen before in their tenure as that of UA students. That being worry for Izuku. With then soon the master seeing this saying, ooh boy, this is going to be quite interesting. How will you take it, Izuku? Will you fold, or will you rise to the challenge? Will you find a team that you can trust, or will you basically fall behind because those who are afraid to stand by you? What will you do, little rabbit Keyblade wielder? With Izuku having that a look of fear. However, his eyes say a different story. His eyes say, bring it on. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Let's read them. Sorry if this is not pretty long, to be honest. I just wanted to mainly focus on that of the, sports festival. Also, I wanted to do something a little different, because I feel like anime should have bring this up. Why the hell with Aizawa of all people, who basically hates being in the spotlight more than anything, basically decided to work with that of President Mike? Sure, they're basically good friends since their time at UA, and they've always been together. But let's face it, Aizawa would hate it, so I would have to bring up the fact that he most likely would have definitely did the whole co-host thing if he got extra paid for it. So I brought that little thing up as just for fun. So yeah. Also, this entire event, I made it that Izuku is pretty damn powerful as a Keyblade wielder. Because again, he's still fledgling. He's still on a fledgling level, because again, he's not on the same level as that of Sora, Riku, and Mickey, but he's getting close there. Not too close, but still close. Just wait it out and see, guys. You'll see what I mean. So, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, and Patreon. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie signing out. Later, guys, and I hope you all take care. Shiro Kitsune, you know what to do, my lovely lady.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell, and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!